All right, I apologize for that, guys. I'm
Now
in
it's
the
live.
middle of a hurricane also, so that doesn't help anything out.
So we're on now. We're on.
All right, let's make sure everybody at home can see us. Scott, if you can look into the comment section, ask if everybody can see me right now because I don't see the broadcast button on, but I'm pretty sure it'll be on in a moment.
Okay, will do.
Appreciate that.
They said
Yeah.
no.
Okay. So can we see me or not?
Yeah,
One,
Patty can.
All right, and Patty is not on our panel, so that means that people should be able to see us on my broadcast here. Scott, are you getting a confirmation that I'm able to be visible and heard?
I've just asked the question to the chat group. I've got no response as of yet.
Fantastic. Well, for people who are viewing, welcome to
Yes.
KMX Work from Home Work Fair. My name is Kamal J. Pryor, aka Quiz. I'm the founder CEO of Quizmatic Inc. Social Media Professionals, and I do apologize for technical difficulties. I'm currently broadcasting from the middle of a hurricane here in sunny Florida, well, typically sunny Florida. So please bear with us, and every now and then things like that happen. But as they say in show business, the show must go on. Right now, before I get into anything extensive here, let me just verify that everybody can see me and hear me. If you can see me and hear me, please go to the chat, the comment section, and please type the number 1. And I will wait for some results to pour in from this, of course. And no pun intended when I say pour in, because it's literally pouring right over my right-hand shoulder. All right. So, do we have any confirmation on this, guys?
Not as of yet, but I'm speaking to somebody on Facebook and they can see us okay.
All right, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to assume that we have, that we can move forward. If you can see me and if you can hear me, please do me a favor and type the number 1 into the comment section, which you'll find on the right-hand side of our webinar broadcast. Now, I'm joined here today by a couple of fellow entrepreneurs and fellow KMX. Time you're being exposed to a KMX presentation or Quizmax Presents, then welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have some wonderful information here in store for you to help you out, give you a little bit of training, and give you a little bit of information to help you understand the opportunity that we have here before you, and a simple and very easy way for you to start earning money from home while also learning all of the tricks of the trade and a lot of valuable information to help you grow in your business, whichever that is, including the business that we have here for you today. I'm joined by a couple of key panelists here, one of which is a gentleman by the name of Scott Withers. Scott, if you could introduce yourself so kindly, let them know who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been in this industry, and what brought you to Quizmatic Inc., my friend.
Sure, no problem. Hi there, guys. Absolute honor and privilege to be here tonight with you. I've been in this industry for best part of 20 years. Been working online full time now for about the last year, but been working online for a few years. I've had various successes and failures during that time, but I do have quite a lot of success over the last recent few years, and I build big teams, and I love exactly what I do, and I love this group that I found here with Quiz at the forefront, with Quizmatics Inc. It's an absolute fantastic group. And guys, just sit back, relax, enjoy this presentation. I'm sure you can learn a hell of a lot off this guy. He's an absolute legend, so enjoy the show. Back to you, Quiz.
Appreciate you kindly, my friend Scott. And let me share something with you, Scott. It is definitely a pleasure and an honor to work with a seasoned veteran of this industry like yourself. Scott's been in this industry for 22 years, and let me share something with you. That's a lot of knowledge right there. INK stands for Independent Network Knowledge, and my organization is built to be an independent network, which means that everybody wants to be successful independently, and it's pretty difficult to do this all by yourself. So you're going to need to learn how to network, and that's learning how to master interdependent relationships with people. And the best type of people to have in your corner are knowledgeable individuals who have seasoned experience, like my good friend Scott Withers there. 22 years worth of experience means 22 years worth of knowledge that now not only do I have, but you also have access to. So that is one of the beautiful things about Quizmatic Inc. I'm also joined here in the panel by a long-term KMXer, Miss Kim Clever. Miss Kim Clever, if you could say hello, introduce yourself, and tell everybody a little bit about what brought you to Quizmatics Inc., if you don't mind, my friend.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kim Clever, and what brought me to Quizmatic Inc. is the fact that I would receive personal help from Mr. Kamal Pryor himself, who we all, as friends, are welcome to call him Quiz. He had a little bit of a challenge with me because I like to know everything. So I wanted to learn and learn as much as I could. We all work as a team. That's what I like. I like working as a team and helping people and receiving help when I do in turn need it. I had a little bit of an issue with, as many marketers do online, with other companies that were not, I guess, as you would say, what they said they were. They were falling short in many ways, and I didn't find that to be true in Quizmatic. I value the day that I spoke with Quiz, November 3rd, and decided in 2014 and decided to come aboard. Thank you very much.
Kim, it's been a pleasure and an honor to have you as a KMXer, and Kim is one of my personal assistants, guys. She's one of the nicest people that you'd ever want to meet. She's very down to earth, very sincere person, a hard worker, and like Kim said, she loves knowledge and she loves learning stuff. So the challenge that we had was the fact that I love to be able to give and offer information. So I've never stopped, and I never will stop, in doing new things to inspire Kim Clever. And thank you very much, because people like you are what allow me to continue to push forward and educating myself, finding out new and easier ways to help everybody succeed. The next person on the panel I'd like to introduce you all to is Miss Jillian Fryer, aka J Fire KMX. Me and her have something in common, being that I went to school for education. That was my major, and she is an educator. So Jillian, if you could introduce yourself to the people at home, tell them a little bit about yourself and what brought you to Quizmatics Inc., if you don't mind, my friend.
Hi, my name is Jillian Fry, and I am an educator, as Quiz says, but coming into KMX, to which I'm brand new, has been an eye-opener for me. I have received more education in the last 3 or 4 weeks than I even thought possible. The group is phenomenal. The advice, the education, the insight that's given is beyond measure, and I'm proud to be a member of KMX.
Jillian, you're an awesome and amazing person to have on a team. You share the same propensity that I have towards education. To be an educator, it takes a lot of patience. And I'm gonna share something with you guys. If you're just joining us for the first time and you don't know, I'm gonna just share something with you. The only silly question is the one that you don't ask. Now, if you genuinely need help, it's individuals like myself, Jillian Fry, Kim Clever, Scott Withers, and countless others KMXers that are here to assist you in getting to the next level of whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. The beautiful thing about this network is we have tons of different personalities, tons of different people that may cater towards your style of learning or what have you, but the bottom line is I have 3 key fundamental points that I want for my business for everybody to share, and they're very simple things. My tenets are giving is living, sharing is caring, and learning is earning. The last person on the panel I'd like to introduce you all to is my lovely personal assistant, Ms. Barb Palmer. It's been a pleasure to have her as an assistant. Barb, if you can introduce yourself, let them know a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and tell them what brings you to KMX as well, my friend.
My name is Barb Palmer.
Well, that was a very brief introduction. Let me share
I'm
that.
sorry, my son ran in here. He's autistic. My name is Barb Palmer. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. Been in online marketing for 3 years, and I came here to learn, and I'm learning a lot through KMX. And thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And if you hear the children in the background while Barb's on the microphone there, Barb is a stay-at-home mom. She has a primary business that she does relatively decent in. She wanted to open up a little bit of extra income for herself, and some of the things that she came to me for was to learn how to get an advantage and take things a little bit to the next level, and perhaps give her a chance, a better opportunity to succeed at business. Now, if you're joining us on this webinar, remember that this is a training webinar. Just going to teach you guys a couple of things that are really simple that anybody can do to succeed in business. And I'm going to be honest with you, from a lot of my experience in business, there are a lot of things that are obstacles to new marketers. Scott, you have the most experience out of all of us in online marketing. If you wouldn't mind sharing with the people at home, what do you find are some of the most common things that people struggle with when they're first starting out as newbies with online marketing, Scott?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you very clearly, my friend. Carry on.
Cool. Yeah, a lot of frustration that I hear from people is the same stories over and over and over again, and it's really not a problem once you know how. You know, people don't know how to sell or don't know how to recruit, or it could be that they're not in the right business that matches their skill set to what they're trying to achieve with recruiting and selling. Now, recruiting and selling, there is no rocket science behind it. It's a pure case of building relationships with people, talking to them, gaining their trust, and offering them something of value to them that they can see that will help them with their business. Now, you know, obviously, once you've got somebody into your team, once you start recruiting, that's fantastic. The next obstacle that people will find is the art of duplication, to get that down their team, to build their business to where they want it to go. But I mean, that's exactly the same principles lie there. It's just having the knowledge and the tools, and with this group, you guys, you will find that knowledge and the tools to be able to do that.
Scott, I love the way that you broke that down right there. That actually leads directly into what I really want to talk about today on this webinar, are 4 or 5 key things that help anybody succeed in online business. Scott gave a wonderful perspective. Let's get a little bit more depth to that perspective. Miss Kim Clever, I met you in a business that we were both in, and I remember that you had 5 different accounts, and I said, Kim, I don't think that having that many accounts is really constructive because of the fact that you have to do 5 times the work. And if you could just go back to what that conversation did for you for adding to your perspective, and then carry on by telling us about some of your early struggles with online marketing and some of the things that people are seeing as obstacles for themselves right now.
Well, at first, I guess it was hard to hear, you know, but I'm one that welcomes the truth. I was new to online marketing and social media, things like that, so I was basically trying to help my family out. And the more I listened to Quiz speak on it, the more it made sense. I did, however, hang on for quite a while, and then I got to the point where I saw that, you know what, nobody really cared more about this than myself, so I have to get myself in a good perspective and understand what's going on and learn what is being taught here in Quizmatic Inc. and the support that I had from everybody else. So I ended up getting out of the other accounts, and obviously then I was able to turn around and go forth at a different pace with a different form of knowledge, and understand that a lot of times there is a play on words when you see a lot of different things coming at you online and everything sounds good. But one thing that I like about working with Quiz and the team is the fact that he never will put in our reach a company that he has not earned money from himself. And I value that because he will not, he's learned all the ins and outs, and he's still learning. And like Scott has been on for what, 20 years, I believe, in online business, and Scott still learns. We all learn from each other, and I just believe that this is a great foundation.
Kim, I think that what you just said was awesome. I just want to let you guys know that this program is being recorded. Now, I apologize because of the fact that I am broadcasting from the middle of a borderline hurricane out here, and I certainly can't control the weather. So please bear with us if we're experiencing any technical difficulties, but we're going to continue here. What Kim just talked about was some of the struggles that she faced, and one of the things that I think is really crucial for everybody to understand is one of the key things to finding success at online, and this is my first point of what I want to talk about today, finding a great opportunity. Finding a great opportunity. Let me share with you some of my experience when it comes down to opportunities. Scott's been in this industry for 22 years. Kim's been in this thing for a few years. Barb's been in this thing for about 3 years. I'm not sure how long Jillian's been in it, but she's new to KMX. And let me give you guys all a basic rundown of how you come into great knowledge to be able to share with your team, like I try to do for my team, and for you potentially if you join a team later on yourself. Truth be told, my first opportunity, like I was telling my story, which I don't think it was you guys can hear at that point, but I started in the online marketing business because I was working from home already for a company, SME. I've been in sales for a long time. I've mentored agents, over 50 agents across the nation for insurance. And that was an extremely lucrative a business, quite naturally, and I succeeded thoroughly in that business until the company went out of business. And then I started my first company, which was a cab company, and that was interesting. Eventually, that company had got shut down because I lost my driver's license due to a bunch of nonsense. Being a black person in the South, every now and then you might have to deal with some nonsense. But that really sent me into a fit of depression because I was always entrepreneurial spirited. My grandmother was elderly. She wasn't getting any better. I decided to come down to Florida to look after her just one summer. I left. I didn't see her getting any better. My aunt was stressed out, taken care of all the time. I came to relieve her for the second summer, working with my family. And then I decided I might as well just stay down here in Florida because I love my grandmother. I didn't really want to see her stressed out. And I was having a very hard time battling my fit of depression from actually losing the company that I really, really enjoyed. I think I really did a phenomenal job with that company, All American Eagle taxi cab service. But life moves on. And when my grandmother passed away, I'd been working for a few people, and I never really felt as though any of the situations where I worked for anybody ever worked out great by the time I was done with them. Here in Florida, it's a right to work state, and all I learned from that was it's a right to fire your black behind. That's the truth of the matter. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I had some interesting experiences working for people here since I came back to this part of Florida. But when my grandmother passed away, I really didn't like the way that they treated me in particular, for the fact that I was always helping all of my teammates, my people who were coworkers of mine. I would spend money to help everybody eat and things like that, and lunch breaks. I've always been a good team player. But when my grandmother passed away, I realized that that team really wasn't for me. And I made a decision I wasn't going to work for anybody else again. Now I'm just giving you guys a backdrop because that set the scenario where enough pressure built up with me that I decided that I was going to do what my grandmother always said. She said, if it's going to be, it's up to me. She never encouraged me to be an entrepreneur. She hated me being an entrepreneur, to be honest with you. She thought I should just go get a secure job. But Robert Kiyosaki said he refused to work for welfare, and I understood what he was talking about. He wasn't talking about government cheese. He was talking about when you work for somebody, you're building their dream. What about yours? And we only have but so much time. When my grandmother passed away, I realized that time and family are really all we have, and family might not even support you, but we definitely don't have that much time, so at least give a chance to spend some with them. And we can't control our time unless we actually control our employment situation or our financial situation. So if it's going to be, it's up to me was something my grandmother said since I was like the age of 5. And when she was gone, that's all I had to remember. And I decided I was going to take an opportunity. My first work from home opportunity cost me $360 to get started. Just to start that business opportunity, it cost me $60 a month. And the only thing I learned from that was why I do not want to have a monthly bill. Let me share that with you. Why I don't want to have a monthly bill. Also, why I don't want to work for a reward. I was in that company because of the fact that I wanted to get this car bonus. And, you know, it was like the elephant in the room was I had to bring 6 people to make $125, and I didn't see how that was going to get me money. It seemed like working for vacations and working for car bonuses was probably not the move. And I figured that if I can actually work in a business that could actually generate money, then I could buy my own car. So, I mean, that was the first enlightening experience that made me realize that finding a great opportunity wasn't just about how great the opportunity looked, but it was really about how great that opportunity would be able to deliver. And from there, I moved on to another opportunity because I had to justify why I was paying $6 a month. I didn't want to leave the opportunity. I thought it was fantastic, but I wasn't making any money. And Robert Kiyosaki said, if you want to know the difference between an asset and a liability, look in your bank account. If you're not making money at what you're doing and you're putting all your energy towards it, all right, then maybe you need to find ways to justify this by opening another stream of income for yourself. So open another stream. I found a business that I could work. It cost $1 to get started. I qualified for life. I'm still qualified for that business today. And I made money in that business. Literally. I went on shopping sprees. I bought this shirt off of money I made from that business, to be quite honest with you. And that was my second business opportunity. And I ran that while I was with my primary business opportunity. I wasn't making a dime, but I was paying $60 a month for. Now, I want you to understand this. The second opportunity was a good opportunity, but it wasn't a great opportunity. What I've learned from that opportunity was that people generally do not believe in themselves. And that's the number one killer of ability to succeed at online money-making business. Jillian Fry, I'm going to let you open up your microphone in a second here because I'm going to lead directly to you here. But my next opportunity I found was one that I realized that what was the problem with this opportunity I was making money with, and what was the problem with the opportunity I was already involved with that I wasn't making money in. I found another opportunity. I liked it. I thought it would work with some services, roadside assistance. But I didn't make money in that business opportunity, but I did find use in the benefits that it provided. And as a person who was no longer working for anybody, I knew that I needed some sort of medical, dental, vision care, and that company provided it. So I began to see value. I started to look at the three businesses I was involved in. I saw one that I thought was a great opportunity I wasn't making any money in. I saw another one was a great startup opportunity. I was making money, but I didn't really feel as though I thought I was working myself too hard. I found another company that I found value in the products and services, but I didn't find any revenue off of that. And I thought that the most important thing for me to do next was to get myself educated at how I could succeed online. That brings us directly to Jillian Fry. Jillian, if you could open up your microphone and talk to me a little bit about, or talk to our people at home, a little bit about the value of an education and learning before you go into something, but actually knowing a little bit more about what it is that you're doing so that you do have the opportunity to succeed. Jillian, you're an educator. Please tell me about the value of education when it comes down to making money online.
Well, you know, the value of education is simply that it makes your way easier. Some of the things that you learned just by going through it and suffering and paying, you allow some of us to avoid by giving us that education. So you, with the education, you avoid the pitfalls, or you learn enough to work your way out of them. Without it, you end up suffering through it. Some people won't last long enough to suffer through it because they don't see any way out. The education provides that way out.
Well, Jillian, I'm glad that you brought that up, and I know that some of you guys came on here and you're looking for a business overview and you're looking for a fancy picture. You're like, what are you guys talking about over here that you're going to get into? Well, I'm actually setting this up for you in a very sophisticated way, but the truth of the matter is, I found that the most valuable thing that I found in all of the businesses that I ever had, and when I started to find ultimate success with online money making, was when I found the value in education. When I decided I was going to learn how to market online, I came on Facebook. I figured there's got to be an easier way to do the stuff I was already doing. I was already making money, and I was blown away by what would happen next. In February 2014, I began Quizmatic Sync. I began Quizmatic Sync because I found a company that showed me how to get all the resources I needed to succeed online in one place at one time. But the resources to succeed online were not what was the most valuable thing to me. The most valuable thing to me was the education. I found out what I needed to do to build a business from the ground up, all right, which no college course or curriculum teaches you. And I went to Howard University, which is one of the better business schools in the entire nation. There is no course to teach you how to build a business. The only courses that you get in college are ones that teach you how to work for somebody. And then when you're finished with college, and I paid $8,000 a month for a semester for tuition, when you're finished with college, all you have is a bill, and you still have to go out there and search the job market to find some employment. And you still have those college student loans, and I definitely had those. And you have to find a job, and some people don't want to hire you fresh out of college. So I thought about this. All my life I had all of these bills, and I never learned anything in college that was going to put me in a position to start my own business, because if they had, then I would have done it already. And my school was prestigious. I saw a lot of people come out of school and become, you know, successful entrepreneurs. What was I doing wrong? I found that just by looking for a secret strategy so I can market on Facebook, a great and tremendous opportunity to have somebody who actually dedicated himself to giving every entrepreneur an opportunity, have all of the resources they would need to succeed, and all I need to do is take time and learn how to do things. And I was blown away because I stopped the business I was making money in to take time to do a 30-day blueprint to learn everything I needed to know about how to succeed online. And that was more valuable than the tools itself. Today, you have an opportunity to do something better than I did. And I'm going to share this with you because that's what I believe in, improving people. In that opportunity, I found out what stifled people. And Kim, you can open up your microphone to acknowledge this if you'd like. In that
Chris, can I just jump in for 1 second?
Yeah.
Can I just jump in on a couple of quick points that you've just made there? Is that okay?
Absolutely. You have tons of experience, and I love it when you add on or when you even just interject with your point, Scott. Feel free.
I'm going to actually disagree with you a little bit here because I think I think when you said the most important thing for you was learning and education, I think also going hand in hand with that for you, which sets yourself apart from others and makes you succeed in this industry, is because you have a clear perception and a clear way forward of your reasons why, and you have a real understandings of your reasons why you want to succeed in this industry. You know, and for all different people, there's all sorts of different reasons, whether that's you want to spend more time with your family, whether you want to be financially free, whether it's because people have told you all your life that you can't succeed at anything and you want to go out and prove to yourself that you can. You know, unless you've got a clear perception and a clear path as to your reasons why, and they're strong enough to make you succeed in this industry, then you're going to struggle. And that goes back to what we was talking about earlier with struggles. You know, when we talk about people with success, it's really hard to achieve success if you don't actually know what you're trying to achieve in the first place. So, you know, get a clear picture of what it is you're trying to what your vision of success is, because if we're all striving for success and we don't actually know what we're trying to succeed, how are we ever going to succeed? You know, you can set yourself little targets along the way, and unless you recognize that you're reaching those targets, you're always going to be thinking that you're not achieving success, but you might actually be achieving a lot more than you actually are, and that you're actually realizing. You know, I get up sometimes 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and I stay awake till silly hours every single day because I set myself a target every day. And, you know, I set myself a tough target. And if that means that I have to stay up 16, 17, 18 hours a day, that's what I do to achieve that. And sometimes I don't even go to sleep because I've not achieved those targets. You know, it's all about that dedication and the clear path in your head as to what success actually means to you and what drives you to that. And if those reasons are strong enough for you, then you're going to be like this main man here because he's got a clear vision of what he wants and what success means to him.
Scott, I'm going to tell you right now, that's brilliant. And if you ever disagree with me again and it's like that, then please disagree with me every single time. Because the first thing I learned, you know what I mean? Like I talked about these business resources and stuff like that. Well, let me share something. You know what stopped me in my tracks, Scott? It's because I learned about the mindset. And it was already there. You know, you've already heard me talk about my grandmother passing away, and that transformed me, and I went out to business, and I didn't really have a clear-cut view of, you know, exactly what was really going on for how I was going to start Quizmatics Inc. It slapped me in the head when I found the education. And the first part of the education was not all of the tools and the resources. And it stopped a lot of people, believe me. I'm telling you, it stopped a lot of people. They try to learn how to use these these new gadgets and gizmos and tools, and somebody wants to auto post and somebody else wants to build a blog or a website, and all of that stuff doesn't mean a hill of beans until you learn. There are 4 types of people in this world. The type of people that need to be right, the type of people that need to be comfortable, the type of people that need to be liked. But there's only one type of person that's going to succeed in business, and that's the type of person that needs to win. I looked at a video by a gentleman by the name of Eric Thomas, hip-hop preacher, and Eric Thomas talked about the reason why he got up at 3:30 in the morning. And he said it was because when he had children, he thought on his life and how he had been a high school dropout and he ran away from his home and things of this nature, and he talked about how it was easy for him to drop out of high school because his daddy dropped out of high school. And it was easy for his daddy to drop out of high school because his granddaddy dropped out of high school. And it was really easy for him to drop out of high school because his daddy and his granddaddy dropped out of high school. And no male in his family even graduated from high school at all. But he was going to be damned if he was going to let his kid tell him the reason why he was going to graduate high school is because you didn't graduate high school. So even though he did drop out, he went back to school and got his GED. And it took him, he said it took him 30 years to get a GED. When he got a GED, he didn't stop there. He went and got himself a GED. Then he went on to college. He got himself a master's. He got a bachelor's, a master's. Then he went on to get a PhD so he could paint these plaques as well, just so this kid would never tell him the reason why he was dropping out is because he didn't know that he was supposed to do that because his daddy quit. And I wouldn't have learned that if I hadn't spent time trying to figure some things out and learn some things. So Scott, that's a great point that you made. And that is one of the defining points for knowing when you found a great opportunity, which is the first point that I'm making here. It's taken me a little while to get there. But how do you know you found a great opportunity? When you find value that goes beyond money. When you find value that resonates with real substantial long-term benefit to you personally, that's when you found yourself a good business opportunity. Next is you probably want to pay attention to what type of compensation plan it is, and you want to make sure that you're joining something that is kind of, that has a realistic way for you to make money in, all right, that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg perhaps, depending on, or if it does, at least has substantiated value as far as returning what you can get in compensation along with that value that you get. So I want to let you guys know one of the first things I want to teach you guys about is how to find a great opportunity. Look for value, and I'm talking about value that goes deeper than money. Value that goes deeper than money. Jillian, would you agree with that as one of the keys for finding a good opportunity?
Absolutely. It has to go deeper than money.
Scott, would you agree on that?
Absolutely. 100%.
And Kim, I was moving towards you because I remember the first opportunity that we were in, and it was a good opportunity because I liked it. It's actually where I done my social media professional, so I knew that we use social media to generate money for ourselves. So Kim, with that being said, does that make sense with now from what you've seen and how we've been able to progress with Quizmax Sync? Does it make sense for you to see exactly how I've been able to elevate myself by finding values that are greater and greater and greater as we move along?
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly because of the simple fact that social media is social media, and you really need to have friendships and rapport with people. So as far as money goes, money's not everything. I put the value of people over and above and helping others than money. Money is least on my list.
And I'm glad that we've talked about that. I'm going to move on to point 2 because we're moving a little bit slow here, and I'm still getting a lot of messages as I'm giving this webinar. And I also want to get to some of my poll questions, but I want to go to the second great point for success at online. Now, with my first opportunity, I'm going to share with you something that may happen because I really want you guys to understand. It's the first opportunity I joined. I had my upline was halfway across the globe. I had nobody to talk to or communicate, nobody in my physical proximity, nobody online to help me. I had no upline at all. None. Kim, have you ever been in a business where you had no support from your upline? And talk about in businesses that you've been in like that, how that made you feel and how much of a chance of success you felt like you had.
Yes, I've been in quite a few that I have had no help. It's either you dive in yourself and you ask a bunch of questions, or you end up feeling defeated and stupid. I felt very stupid, and it was bad. We don't even want to go there. How bad it was.
Well, listen. Let me tell you guys a realistic story here, right? I want you to tell me if you resonate with this. Remember, I talked about my second opportunity. I went on shopping sprees. Even got this shirt out of that opportunity with money I earned out of it. And I'm gonna share something with you guys. I had a great upline for about. I want to say what, 38 hours. Listen, I had the greatest upline I ever found in my life for about 38 hours. I mean, seriously. The first day, this guy was awesome, man. He showed me everything. He gave me resources. He showed me where the help site was. Because I wasn't gonna sign up until I had certain information that I was secure on. Made sure that I understood exactly what I needed to do. He walked me through the sign up and registration process. He invited me to one of the greatest resource rooms for groups that I still use to this day. And they even had a group chat in there. And then when I started going in there and asking questions, I was like, wow, there's a whole bunch of support in there. But you know, the next day I asked him a question. I got a question answered, and he told me to, you know, try this thing out for a week. And I was trying it out for a week, and you know, I started to have some success at doing the things that he said. But then when I asked him a couple of hours later, he never returned any of my messages or my calls, and that was it. That's the last time I heard of that dude. That was the last time I heard of that dude. And so I'm gonna share something with you. It's very difficult to succeed when you do not have a great team behind you. Scott, you've been in this industry for a long time. Would you agree with that point? If you can unmute your mic, Scott.
Sorry, yeah.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. As has been said before, when you've got no support from your upline, when you've got no support from your team, you just feel absolutely lost, and it's very, very easy to become demoralized and feel defeated before you even start. So it's okay having the perfect opportunity with the perfect tools, but if you've not got that support behind you, then it's a real struggle right from the word go.
Right from the word go, it's a horrible struggle. And let me share something with you. If you're at home and you're in your opportunity and you're struggling right now, one of the reasons why is because having a great team really does matter. One thing I can tell you about Team Quizmatics, and anybody here can verify that. In fact, I'll let Kim answer and respond to this. One thing about my team is, one, I go out and find great opportunities, and I do not really present an opportunity to my team unless I have actually gone out there and made money in it, which means that I can show you exactly how to make money. I can show you exactly what to do in there to make money. I can tell you exactly the things that you may want to stay away from in an opportunity. And nothing is different with anybody that joins my organization, too. One of the reasons why my team is great, because if any member of my team comes to me in any way, shape, or form, this webinar tonight was not really coordinated or scheduled. A member of my team said, Quiz, when is our next event? You're hosting one webinar a week. Can we do a little bit more? I said, I'll throw a webinar tonight at 8 o'clock, and I'll show you guys how to utilize some techniques that I taught them on copywriting and how to set up a really good ad for themselves. So some of you guys may have come to this webinar based off of maybe somebody who referred you. Some of you may have come off of Craigslist off of an ad that was posted. Some of you found my registration page posted somewhere in a Facebook group. People came to this webinar from all kinds of different angles. Why? Because my team is out there working on principles that I've taught them, and we're out there trying to help everyday people like yourself. So when you have a team that's willing to support you, when you have a problem that's willing to address those problems and answer those problems, and I'm going to let Kim talk about it. Not only do you find it on my team, you find it directly from myself. It reflects from the top and it shoots all the way down. If you go on my Facebook page and you friend me, you're going to see my government name written right there, and you're going to see my business number there. That number is there not just for entertainment purposes or for purposes or for decoration. That number is there because people can reach out to call me, like my good friend Kim. Kim, please talk to me, talk to the people at home about sometimes you've contacted me, called me, and with any sort of issue. And have you ever been left in the cold, or just basically I'll let you do the talking about your experiences with me as a partner and a friend since you've joined me.
Sure, not a problem. No, with Quiz, he has always been there for me, and like I've said before in the past, he gets to know each and every person individually when they come onto his team. So you only tell him what you want him to know about you, and he is a very good judge of character. He is always, it doesn't matter what time, his phone number is out there. You can reach him in chat. You can reach him on the phone. You can ask, hey, has anybody seen Quiz? He has always taken the utmost time with me personally, and I know with many others. But for myself, he's been there always for me. And it doesn't matter what hour. And if I don't get a hold of him first thing in the morning, he responds.
And not only that, Kim, if you can't get a hold of me, have you had any problem getting help? Like, for example, one of the things that I hold my team accountable is to leadership. And so not only do you have me, Scott might be able to help you out, or Barb might be able to help you out, or maybe it's Jillian, or maybe it's another one of my countless social media professionals out there. But
Right. But I'm talking like, you know, for if it's personal where I have to come directly to you.
Well, and that carries out for my entire organization. What I really what I've configured Quizmax Inc. to be is, even though if you want, some people say, hey, it's a big pyramid. Well, if it's a pyramid, then most people at a job are the cornerstone. Let me share that with you, because you're not going to ever make more money than the manager or the supervisor or the CEO. And MLM is the only business model that gives you an opportunity to make more than a CEO, and that's a fact. Because you can go look up an individual named Holton Buggs, and he makes far more money than the person who actually created that business. You make money based off of the value you bring to the business. My job is to make sure each of you have value. That's why I take my time. What you guys may not know is I interview most people that join Quizmax Inc. only because my team is growing so big and rapidly now. I've eliminated the interview process because I hold my team members accountable. Assess if they're the type of person that wants to do business, that they want to do business with, and that they're going to work well with in business. You guys joining, when you may join our business later on, you have the privilege of having such a dedicated infrastructure from the head up that if Scott's not available, I will come and reach out to you personally. Scott, can you personally attest to that? Because you've only been with my squad for a little while now, but still in all, you've been with it long enough. How has your experience been since you've been partnered up with me, Scott?
Absolutely just blowing me away, to be honest. I mean, you talk about support. If you're lucky enough to find an opportunity where you've got an upline who's giving you support, that's hard to find in itself. But there's two different kinds of support, I think. One is, you know, it's great if you find an upline who's giving you support, but ultimately 99% of those people are only really, at the end of the day, giving you that support because they want you to be successful, because that makes them successful. When you find somebody like Quiz with the group that he's got here, you really hit the mother load, because not only have you got people out there giving you support, they're giving you real, genuine support, because they are people that actually care about you as an individual, and they want you to succeed because they care about you as an individual and as a friend. So those two different kinds of support there's a vast difference. And you know, as I say, you found the mother lode if you find somebody like Quiz, because in 20 years the amount of people that I've come across that offers that one-to-one support like that, because they actually genuinely care about you, I can count on one hand, really. So, you know, it's an absolute honor and privilege to have found this group and to found Quiz, because he's a guy that really cares, as does all the team.
Yeah, and the most important thing I care about is everybody's ability to succeed, because Quizmax Inc. has my name on it, and I'll be damned if my reputation is going to be sullied because somebody else out there is misrepresenting me. So I'm not going to tolerate that, and I want to make sure that we all know that giving is living, sharing is caring. It's not just things that are fancy catchwords. These are things I really believe in. And learning is definitely earning, and you're going to do some learning here. And you definitely should be doing some earning if you're learning, because you work to learn, then you learn to earn, and when you learn to earn, that's when you get your return. I'm going to go to the fourth point here. the third point, pardon me, the third point I wanted to make to give you guys training on exactly how you're going to be able to succeed easily online is really one of the most important things. Having a simplified formula for duplication. I want you to think about this. A lot of people have joined a lot of opportunities that they thought were really great. Like that first opportunity I joined, I thought it was awesome. It wasn't that easy. It wasn't that easy. And sometimes things aren't as easy or easier than we make them on ourselves because we never really learn how to submit and follow the blueprint that's the easy formula for success. So having a simplified formula for duplication is really starts from, let's think about a few things in business. One, does the business pay like it says? You have to ask yourself that question. Two, all right, two, what is it that you have to do in order to succeed at this business? I mean, seriously, how do you actually generate your money with this business? These are some things that you're going to want to find out. Now, if you don't have a team, you're going to find out on your own and bang your head up against a million walls. If you don't have a great opportunity, even when you do push through, you're still going to find yourself struggling because the opportunity isn't even that great. Having a simple formula, a simplified formula for duplication is really the surefire key to success online. I want to make this clear to you guys. Having a simplified formula for duplication. Now, I'm going to make it real simple for everybody. With the opportunity I'm going to tell you guys about at the conclusion of our webinar here, which is an opportunity to join Quizmatic Sync, I want you guys to duplicate me. All right, Scott, I want you to duplicate me. Kim, I want you to duplicate me. Jillian, I want you to duplicate me. Barb, I want you to duplicate me. But watch this, guys. I don't want to make it hard for you. I want to make it very simple for you. I want to make it very simple for you. And I'm going to share something with you. I think about myself in your shoes. I'm not talking about these people I just mentioned on my panel. I'm talking about you who just come to this webinar for the first time. I see myself in your shoes. I think about my first opportunity. I think about my second opportunity. I think about my third opportunity. I think about what I was missing that could have made a difference for me succeeding. If my second sponsor would have stuck around, that probably would, and I'm still qualified. I've succeeded at that business anyway. But if that guy would have stuck around, I could have made so much more money, and I would have been stuck because I would have had no residual income opportunities or anything like that, and I would have been sitting around talking to people. But you never know. I probably would be making $1,000, $2,000 a day by now in that same opportunity because I was definitely able to do it within a week. So the truth of the matter is, a simplified formula for duplication starts with a person that is worthy of being able to duplicate. Has your sponsor made money in the opportunity that they're bringing you into the way that they say they have? Now, with the opportunity I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to join us in today, I made $100 my very first day. That's a fact. And the only thing I did was I brought two people. And I prepared my two people by making sure they knew what they needed to do to succeed. I said, in this business opportunity is real simple. Scott, Barb, question number one, how does everybody win? Answer, bring two people. Question number two, how does everybody get paid? Bring two people. Scott, can you bring two people? Barb, can you bring two people?
Yes, I did. All
right, now watch this. Bringing two people is vague. Somebody still doesn't know what they need to do. Am I correct, Scott?
Absolutely.
Let me simplify this even further. If you find the information valuable in this webinar, all right, are you caring enough to help somebody else by exposing them to one of my webinars? All right, now watch this. Every Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, I have a training webinar where I train people for free with a lot more information I'm sharing even on this webinar. If you bring two people to that webinar, there is a very slim chance that you will not make money in this business opportunity. Facts. Two, every Thursday I have a conference call at 9 o'clock Eastern Time p.m. If all you did was just bring two people to that conference call who you wanted to help succeed, who was struggling in business or looking for an opportunity to make money online, if that's the only thing you did, you'll have a less than 0% chance of not being able to succeed and make money in this business opportunity. 3, every morning at 7 o'clock a.m. I have a radio broadcast, a call-in program, and if the person that you brought to business, if you have them check into that and hold yourself accountable to getting up just to listen to that, you can call in while you're taking your kids to school. You can call in while you're getting ready for work. You can get up a little bit earlier before you get into the kids and work and stuff like that. But if all you do is just call in that program, you're going to be pretty much having a wonderful opportunity to transform your habits and become success-oriented. So if the only thing you did was bring 2 people a week to one of my programs, I'd say you have a high ratio for success. Kim, how do you feel about the assessment that I just said? Do you think that it is too much work to bring 2 people to one webinar to get them educated and educate yourself at the same time?
No, I do not. I have brought my people in, and you're, like I've said before, available. You make it easy to bring people. You know what you're talking about, and if they have further questions, they can always ask you. So it's something that would be left up to the choice of the people that are brought. There's no pressure here. It's just you simply want to introduce an opportunity. You either like it or you don't.
Right, and you don't have to worry about trying to sell the opportunity. Let them come to the event.
Exactly.
Let them come to the event. That's it. If the only thing that you could do, if the only thing that you did, all right, look, you squandered. Listen, Monday came around, you're too busy. You know, Tuesday came around, you just brought a couple of friends. All right, hey, they didn't want to show up. All right, look, there's another event on Thursday. All right, Wednesday came around, you didn't do anything. Followed up with some people, and they said, hey, on Thursday morning, hey, I don't mind coming, and they come to your event on Thursday, and they decided they want to join. Was that really very difficult? Scott, do you think that that's complicated to do?
Not at all. In fact, it's even easier than that with this group, because even if you're brand new to this industry and don't even have a clue of how to even approach 2 people, get with this group and get with Quiz, with this team, and we will teach you how to do that. Quiz will teach you, because that duplication goes throughout the whole team. So even if you're sitting there thinking, how do I bring 2 people? You'll get the answers with this group, and it's that simple. Even if you know nothing about this industry whatsoever, to bring 2 people is not hard, and we'll teach you how to do that.
And that is the truth, Scott, because every Tuesday I do a literal training. One of the trainings that they have is how to build a team of 22,500 people in 5.5 months. Now, even if you completely bonehead screw that entire training up, and you only brought 10 people, with the business opportunity I have lined up for you, with the straight unlimited income opportunity with no monthly fees, it's pretty difficult for you not to succeed. I'm going to get to point 4 in a moment here, but first I'd like to open up some of those poll questions. Barb, if the opportunity persists, if you could just open up your microphone and ask us poll question number 1.
Hold on. Have you ever heard of Quizmatic Inc. before this event?
Question number 1, have you ever heard of Quizmatic Inc. before this event? And that's a yes or no answer. Please feel free to indicate whether it's a yes or a no. Barb, if you can carry on and proceed to question number 2.
Are you opposed to making money online from home?
Are you opposed to making money online from home? Would you keep your options open to make money online? And if you could work from home, would you do such? Simple enough question. It's a yes or no. Question number 3, Barb, if you could.
Have you ever made money online before?
Have you ever made money online before? I'm asking that question because I know a lot of people who join businesses and they haven't even made a dime. And I can tell you about businesses I joined and I didn't make a dime. If you've never made money online before, feel free to indicate yes, but be enlightened and be optimistic and be delighted to know that that can change as of today, immediately. Barb, move on to question number 4 if you don't mind.
If you could learn new ways to earn money online while earning money at the same time, would that be of interest to you?
If you could learn to earn money online and earn money while you're learning how to earn money online at the same time, would that be of interest to you? Yes or no? Now, I know somebody hears that question, Jillian. I'm going to open up Jillian's mic for a moment here. Jillian, I know somebody hears that question. You're saying, Quiz, you're asking if I can earn money while I'm learning how to earn money at the same time. Like, exactly how does that happen? Now, Jillian, on my Tuesday webinars, how much would you say that you've learned just from those webinars alone?
A tremendous amount. It's not just one thing. You've shown us how to do headlines. You've shown us copywriting. I mean, it's been tremendous.
And the value never stops, and the webinars are free.
Absolutely.
The webinars are free. Would you say the information I've taught on those Tuesday webinars, my free training, tutorials and whatnot, would you say that that would help somebody with whatever business that they're in, or just generating money in general? And would you think that that would be something that they might probably want to invite a friend or two towards?
Absolutely. It could help them in any business venture that they go into. And if they were interested in helping their friends be successful, they would want to invite their friends to it.
So again, the question is, if you could learn how to earn money, educate yourself on how to earn money online while actually earning money while you're doing such at the same time, would that be of interest to you? If the answer is yes, then click yes. And that's pretty much what we do here. Just that simple, nothing complicated. Barb, if you can move on to question number 5.
Do you know of at least 2 other people who could use an opportunity to earn extra income?
Well, let's ask ourselves a basic question here. Do you know of at least 2 people? Do you know of at least 2 people who can use an opportunity to earn some extra income online? That is a simple enough question. I really want you to ask yourself that question. If the answer is yes, please click yes. And if the answer is no, then no. Now, I'm going to be quite honest with you. Times are hard on the boulevard. I know there's tons of people out there looking for an opportunity to make money. So I certainly know I wouldn't have a problem doing that. But I can't speak for you. Now, Barb, if you can move on to question number 6.
Do you know of at least 2 other people who could use the opportunity to work from home?
Do you know of at least 2 other people, aside from yourself, who could legitimately use an opportunity to work from home? Somebody is disabled, all right? Somebody has a felony or something like that. They have state restrictions, you know. Somebody has a bunch of kids they need to take care of and watch, and they still need to pay their bills. Do you know of at least 2 people who could use an opportunity to work from home? That's it. If the answer is yes, click yes. If no, no. Barb, let's go on to question, what am I on, number 7 now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me say it.
Yes, ma'am.
If all you had to do to succeed in this opportunity was bring 2 people to at least one of our multiple events during the week, would you think that work to be difficult? Too difficult?
If you knew that all you need to do to succeed at this opportunity is bring 2 people at least once a week to one of our multiple events during the week, do you think that that would be too difficult? Would it be too difficult to help somebody out by getting them in front of some information and find out about a phenomenal team and a phenomenal opportunity to earn some money? If that would be too difficult, then click no. But if you think that would be relatively easy, which I certainly couldn't see anything that would be difficult about it, then please type yes. We're going to go to question number 8, but before we do that, let me go to my last point about 4 or 5 things that you could do to easily succeed online. Point number 4 is, if you could join an opportunity, all right, of all the businesses, find a great opportunity, joining a great team, having a simplified formula for duplication. If you did not have to pay a monthly payment, if you didn't have monthly fees in a business opportunity that you're currently in, do you think that people who joined you in business would stay around longer? Scott, you've been in this industry for 20 years. No monthly fees. A lot of these opportunities have monthly fees. I talked about paying $60 a month. I paid $40 a month. I paid $50 a month. I paid $100 a month in some opportunities. Scott, let's talk about monthly payments as far as retention rates and what that means to you and your business as far as building a team and then having to start over with building your team again, Scott.
Well, Quiz, you know yourself, when you talk about monthly fees, 9 times out of 10, you're talking normally an auto ship product that either yourself doesn't actually want or need, or your team or your family or nobody actually wants this product that you're actually paying for every single month, really. Your business will tell you that you need it and it's going to change your life and it's going to knock 30 years off you or whatever it is, whatever story they come up with. You know, it's just a way to keep that cash generating between distributor to distributor. And, you know, it's absolute heaven to find an opportunity where there is no monthly fees, because 9 times out of 10 those monthly fees are for products that you don't even need.
And there you have it in a nutshell, because I know a lot of people pay auto ship, and I know a lot of people jump ship from auto ship. All right, there's nothing worse than being in an opportunity that you're really not making any money in and you're paying a monthly fee for it. Eventually people get tired of that and eventually people leave. One of the number one concerns people have when joining a business opportunity is, oh, how much do I have to pay monthly? Or are they going to go into my bank account? How about if you join that business and they have an auto ship and you try to cancel and they're still pulling money out of your account? Has that happened to you before? It's happened to a lot of people. But it doesn't have to happen any longer, guys. It does not have to happen any longer. You've been on this webinar right now for about an hour and I want to say 15 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter. I'm not exactly sure because we did start a little bit rocky. But the point of the matter is that with Quizmatic Sync right now, we have a ground floor opportunity for you to join us in a business opportunity that I chose specifically because of the fact that it has no monthly fees. None. No monthly fees. The next advantage of the opportunity that we have, it has a low startup cost. $35 one-time payment for $35. The next reason we joined this opportunity is because it pays exactly like it says. I made $100 on my very first day. All I did was bring 2 people, told my team to get yourselves ready, get your 2 people in position. They did that and boom, got paid. Not only $100, made a lot more than that. Point being, it works. Quite simple and plain, and it works on its own. And imagine how much better it works on Quizmatic Sync with KMX since I've KMX'd it. It works tremendously better because now all of the products that you get, you don't have to sell anyway. All right, first off, you don't have to sell anyway. Second off, they're valuable products because they're educational. Remember when I talked about point 1, having a great opportunity? Remember I talked about the value in your opportunity. Remember I talked about having a great team. I already had a great team when I came into the opportunity. Believe me, I didn't need any extra team to add on to that. I'll create a great team, and as you can see on this panel, I already have one. These people are the people that are going to help you in this opportunity that we have. Having a simplified formula for duplication. I have made $100. My obligation is to try to make sure that you have the opportunity to do the same thing. I will show Scott exactly what I did to make my first $100, which I pretty much have already shown him. Am I correct, Scott?
Absolutely, yeah.
And it has not been more complicated than pretty much I described. Am I correct, Scott?
Bring 2 people, let the system do it for you. Simple.
Pretty much. And the system is even simpler because the system didn't come with 2 events a week and Quiz does. Which means that if you're not a good closer, all you have to do is bring your people to the event. I'll take care of that part. You just make sure that you bring yourself with the right frame of mind to learn some new information, learn some new tricks of the trade, and be ready to grow. And I want you to bring a team that is bring a team that you can inspire. And you don't have to worry about inspiring them. Just plug them into my group. I also have group chat. I have a big Facebook group. There's tons of opportunities to succeed here. Now, not only do you have unlimited income, you can make $100 just from bringing in your first couple of people, bringing their people. You can upgrade and make $200 on the next level. You can upgrade from there and make $400 on that level. You can make $400, $200, and $100 all at the same time. You can make 3 $100 and 2 $200 and 1 $400 all at the same time. There's an unlimited income earning opportunity that goes all the way up to a level where you can earn $1,600 and make per person, all right, and make up the $6,400 on that level just to cycle at one time, and you can do that over and over and over again. You can do that over and over and over again on every one of these levels. Point being, there is no limit to what you can do. Only thing you have to do is want to plug in and take an opportunity. It does cost $35 to get started. $10 goes to the business admin fee. That is the only money the business is keeping. $25 goes from member to member. It's designed for newbies, so it allows you to earn your first money, reinvest your money into yourself, make a decision if you want to go up or stay on another level. There is no obligation for you to upgrade at all. But there is an obligation for you to hold yourself accountable to your own success. Plug into our program, make it super easy for yourself. Don't stress yourself out and try to reinvent a wheel when we're already rolling in a Ferrari, all right? Plug into the events, follow what I'm saying, duplicate, ask questions if need be. My telephone number's on my wall. You have every opportunity to succeed here. There's really no reason for anybody to fail, and it's not much more complicated than that. The products have value that speak for themselves, and even more valuable than the products, you have myself, who's already done most of this stuff, and you have a wonderful team behind you. People with all kinds of experiences from all over the world. So if paying a monthly fee is not something that you're interested in, then stop paying them. Stop paying them. Keep the business that you're in. Take up a new one. There's no monthly fees here. Learn and earn at the same time. Earn while you learn. Work to learn and you learn to earn. When you learn to earn, that's when you get your return. And when you're getting your return because you're spending your time learning, and you're getting money at the same time and not having to pay a monthly fee, I can't possibly think of anything greater that you could possibly do with your time or your online opportunity than that. Barb, if we can move on, let's conclude this thing with the last 3 questions on our poll. Question number 8, if you don't mind, my friend.
Okay, this is the last question. Do you like the idea of being paid directly and immediately?
Do you like the idea of being paid directly and immediately? If the answer is yes, then guess what? You've come to the right webinar. If the answer is yes, then you have come to the right webinar. I would highly suggest that you get with the person who brought you to this webinar. Get with the sponsor that's going to be your sponsor, and a future person I'm going to hold accountable to your own success. Get me on your friends list on Facebook. Get with this person right now, because you can get paid directly and immediately, which means that, remember I said I made my $100 my first day? You can make your first $100 as early as tomorrow or tonight, depending on how much gusto you have. All right? If I need to throw an event tomorrow, then I will definitely do such. The point that I'm making to you all is that you have every opportunity to succeed here, from learning and education to a great team directly and immediately. And I'll add one more thing to that. And Miss Kim Clever,
Yes.
if you get paid directly and immediately, or if you can get paid at all, which form would you like your payment to be sent to you in, Miss Clever?
It's interesting you brought that up, because I was going to mention it myself, the fact that you can choose what payment processor you would like to use. I personally have chosen Google Wallet and PayPal. I set up as many as possible. You can have direct deposit to a bank, prepaid card, you name it, they do it.
Bingo. Now, if you get paid, right, you can do a bank wire if you like. Some of those things take 3 to 5 days. Feel free to. I'll send you payments through your bank wire. Why do you want to wait around?
Right.
My first business opportunity, I got paid in directly, immediately. Can't nobody tell me anything about that. I'm qualified for life. Look, I got the shirt to prove it. All right. Seriously. Point that I'm making to you guys is that if you can have an opportunity to get paid directly and immediately, do yourself a huge favor. Open up a PayPal account. Open up a Google Wallet account. There are other things that you could do, like if you want to use a card, like I have a Payoneer card. I have a Net Spend card. You can use any of those things that you like. I've had people send me payments via Western Union. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. But truthfully and honestly, the greatest thing about this opportunity, do you really want me to tell you the greatest thing about this opportunity, guys? And this is the last thing I'll say before I get off of this thing. Do you want me to tell you about the greatest thing about this opportunity, guys? I'm going to share with you. Right now I'm on my phone. Right now I'm on my phone. And I know that the camera here is not going to do us justice. I want you to see this, if possible. These are text messagings from payments. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, my phone isn't cooperating here, but these are payments. Goodness gracious, man. This is horrible, man. I can't do this thing on what you call. I'm trying to show you guys. Look. Scroll through here. These are payments that are received to me through this wonderful opportunity that I have right now called PMF, Pay Me Forward. And there's nothing greater than the phone, the sound of the ring of your phone when you look on it and you answer it, and some guy sounds like he's on a mobile phone and says, "Cha-ching! You've just received a payment through your Pay Me Forward. You know, contact this individual, yada, 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 XYZ, you know," and I don't know if you could tell, but that puts a huge smile on my face. So listen, do yourself a favor. We've been on here long enough. Most people have probably already made the decision to do this thing now, if not immediately. All it really takes is making a decision. And, you know, most people who like to make money online are probably going to do what most people who make money online do. And most people who make money are going to choose to make money immediately. Most people who like to make money and have the best opportunity to make money online are going to want to educate themselves so they have that opportunity. If you can get paid while you're doing it, then that's even greater. That's killing two birds with one stone. So, I mean, why wait around till later when you could do it now? The next thing is, I want to let you know that this is a simple opportunity. It's really easy. Anybody can do it. If the only thing you did is bring 2 people to one of my conference calls, webinars, or one of my events during the week, if the only thing you did was just get up in the morning and come on my radio program, call-in program, if the only thing you did was just make a decision that, look, you know what, I'm going to try something different and see where I go with this. We know, what's the $35 going to do? Is it going to kill me? Of course not. If that's the only thing you did, then I'm going to share something with you. You're going to be terribly delighted with how the results turn out. So thank you for your time. My name is Kamau J. Pryor, a.k.a. Quiz. It's been a delight and pleasure to have you. I know you could have been anywhere in the world. You spent your time with us tonight. Kim, did you have something final that you wanted to say?
No, I just wanted to thank you, as usual, for always being here, being informative, and doing your best, always in the best interest of everybody else.
Well, I appreciate you, Kim, and, you know, I appreciate you being here as well. Scott, I see you open up your mic. Did you want to have a final word here before we get off here? Actually, I'll give each of you guys a final word. Scott, I'll give you a final word. Talk about, you know, whatever it is that you like to say and how you like the webinar.
Absolutely fantastic webinar, Quiz, as always. But just going back to one of the points that I made earlier about, you know, success and what success means to you. There's a reason why you've come to this webinar tonight. And I would think for a lot of you, it's because you're not actually getting the success that you want. So you're looking for something else. So, you know, you sit there, take in all the information, you can ponder it over the next 2 or 3 days, and all you're going to do is put seeds of doubt into your head. So take action now. If you want to change what's happening for you, you know, nothing changes if nothing changes, is the old saying. You know, if you want to make a change to your life, make a change to your situation, achieve your reason why you want success, then take action now. There's no reason to stop you bringing 2 people to one of these events.
I couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. Jillian, if you got anything you wanted to add to this before we get off here, man, it's a pleasure having wonderful teammates like you, my friend.
Well, I just wanted to thank you for giving and sharing your talents and your knowledge. People like you don't come along very often. And thanks again for another phenomenal webinar.
Thank you very much for attending. And Barb, I'm going to give you one last word, and then we're going to get out of here. And you know what I mean? I feel like I'm in a movie. I feel like I'm in a horror movie or something like that. I got this light going off the back of my head and stuff like that. Like, I'm kind of scared over here, guys.
Well, once again, it's been great, and it's getting better each time. So thanks for having all of us here again tonight.
Awesome. Thank you very much. All right, guys, and I appreciate your time. Feel free to get with the person who brought you to this webinar, cared enough about you, and if you need a little bit of more information or whatever, feel free to contact that person as well. All right, and if you're going to join the team, then make sure you add me as a friend as you come into our group chat. And I'm looking forward to a terrific, long and prosperous friendship and business partnership with you as well. All right, thank you very much for your time. Have a fantastic evening. On behalf of Quizmatics Inc., signing out.
Goodbye, everyone.